Good morning, Terabytes. This is your newscast for Thursday, January 27th, 2021. My name is Maddie, and this is NewsBYTEs.
Welcome to NewsBYTEs Middle School Edition. My name is Maya. Let's start off our broadcast this week with our weekly message.
Good morning, New Code Academy Terabytes. My name is Miss Chowder, and I'm standing in for Miss Brower this week because, well, my legs don't bend, so I kind of have to stand so I can't sit. So I'll stand in for Miss Brower this week and give the announcements. Some things to think about this week. We're coming up on the end of the second quarter, so think about if you got any work to catch up on before then. So take some time to take a look at your grades and your assignments and just check and see how you're doing so that you can have a great end of quarter two. And also, we're celebrating Para Appreciation Week this week, so we got to take a chance to celebrate our New Code Academy Paras and show them some love. So, take some time if you see one of our Paras and say thank you for all they do. Take a look at your grades, get caught up, enjoy the week, and hopefully Miss Brown will be back next week to share the message with you. Have a great weekend. Bye!
Hey, Maya. It's good to see you. It seems like forever since we hosted the show.
I know, it was nice having a week off, but I'm definitely glad to be back.
I would like to take a second to thank you, New Code Elementary, for sharing their news show with us last week.
I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the kindergarten weather segment. They were so cute. Speaking of weather, how does next week's weather look, Rory?
Hey Terabytes, it's Rory back with this week's weather. Today's date is Thursday, January 27th. The high will be 25 and the low will be 7. It will be warmer this week than last week with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. The coolest day of the week will be tomorrow with a high of 16 and a low of -5. The predicted amount of precipitation this week is low. We might not get any until Tuesday. Between Tuesday and Wednesday, we might get about 6 inches of snow. Wednesday is Groundhog's Day. Punxsutawney Phil, a groundhog, has been predicting the coming spring every year since 1887. On February 2nd, Phil makes his prediction based on whether or not he sees his shadow. According to folklore, if it is sunny and he sees his shadow, we can expect 6 more weeks of winter. If it is cloudy and Phil doesn't see his shadow, we will have an early spring. Wednesday's forecast is supposed to be partly sunny and partly cloudy, so I can't really say at this point if Phil will see his shadow or not. Whether he sees his shadow or not, you should know Phil only gets it right 35 to 40% of the time. This is Minnesota, people. Just embrace the winter and ride it out. That's all for this week's weather. Bye!
Thank you, Rory. I like the sound of temperatures in the 20s. I feel like I can go back outside. You know, the St. Paul Winter Carnival starts tomorrow.
That's true. If you would like to check out the activities, go to www.wintercarnival.com. Speaking of things that are cool, next we have Mr. Cannon with the Weird World News.
Good morning, Terabytes. Welcome to Weird World News. My name is Mr. Cannon, in for Abby this morning. Let's see what's happening in our weird world today. Our first story comes from Berlin, Germany, where 2 inmates are in hot water over mashed potatoes. At a women's prison in Berlin, 2 female inmates turned a disagreement into a food fight when they threw plates of mashed potatoes at each other. This led to a fight between the two, where both were injured. The court charged the women with large fines of over $2,000 each, and if not paid could cost them at least 4 more months of prison time. Let this be a lesson to you. When you get angry, hold on to your temper and your mashed potatoes. Our next story takes us to New Orleans, Louisiana. A baby orangutan born on December 24th has been having difficulty feeding due to health issues with his mother. The baby has been removed from the feeding tubes and is now being bottle fed by zoo staff members. This critically endangered animal has responded well to the feedings and is now up to almost 4.5 pounds. The other orangutans in the zoo are very curious about the youngster, especially when he gets a diaper change or a bottle. The zoo has even received assistance from the local children's hospital to help the little one learn to eat. At this point, the orangutan has not yet been named. That's our weird news for today. See you next time.
It's time for But Seriously with Duncan.
Hey there, Terabytes. Before you ask, yes, I did get a new hat. Thank you for noticing. Anyway, on to this week's news. The Pentagon has ordered 8,500 soldiers on higher alert to potentially deploy to Europe amidst the heightened concerns that Russia could soon take military action against Ukraine. In addition to the future of Ukraine, the credibility of the NATO alliance is at stake, which is key to U.S. defense strategy, but viewed by Russia as a threat to its security. Russia has denied that it is planning to invade the Eastern European nation, claiming that Western accusations are a cover for NATO's own provocations. Over the last several days, diplomatic meetings have failed to accomplish anything, and important figures have taken actions that suggest a fear of war. A day after a lower court ruled that the administration of New York's governor did not have the authority to implement a mask mandate in the state, an appeals court temporarily re-implemented it on Tuesday. The mandate was overturned on Monday, causing confusion among schools, with some administrators swiftly announcing that masks would be optional and others continuing to enforce the mandate. The state initially enforced a mask mandate in April 2020 that required people to wear masks in most indoor settings, a rule which was overturned in June 2021 for people who were vaccinated, and that the governor announced would once again take effect for at least a month in December. A month after it launched, the James Webb Space Telescope finally reached its designated observation point 1 million miles from Earth on Monday. There are still preparations to be made before the telescope can begin recording observations in June, such as aligning the mirrors, chilling the infrared detectors, and calibrating equipment. The telescope will enable astronomers to see as far back as 13.7 billion years ago, 100 million years after the Big Bang, and will also scan extraterrestrial atmospheres for signs of life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
Thank you, Duncan. I always feel a little bit smaller after listening to your segment.
Keeping up on world events will do that for you, Maddie. Next up is Caleb with Sport Bites.
Hey, sports fans! Caleb here with the newest edition of Sports Bites! This week we are off to the turf. The Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals, San Francisco 49ers, and the Los Angeles Rams play against each other this weekend. For the AFC Championship game, the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Chiefs are coming in from their win against the Buffalo Bills, where they won with a score of 42-36. The Cincinnati Bengals are coming in off of their 19-16 win against the Tennessee Titans. The Chiefs are currently favored to win the game, but the Bengals won their last matchup, so it can be anybody's game. This game starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday and is broadcasted on CBS. For the NFC Championship game, the San Francisco 49ers play the Los Angeles Rams. The 49ers beat the Green Bay Packers last Saturday with a score of 13-10 to earn their spot in the championship game. Sorry, Green Bay Packer fans. The Rams, with a last-second win, beat the defending champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 30-27 to earn their spot. The Los Angeles Rams are currently favored to win this matchup, but the San Francisco 49ers beat them twice this year and have won the last 6 times they competed. This game starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday and is broadcasted on Fox. Whoever wins these games will go on to play in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium for Super Bowl 56, home of the Rams and Chargers. Next week, we will be talking about the Winter Olympics starting on February 4th, 2022. That is it for sports. See you next time.
Thank you, Caleb. With the Super Bowl coming up, it's exciting to see who will be playing.
But now it's time to wrap up this episode with Dad Jokes with Dawn. Hey Dawn, what is the difference between the teacher and the train? The teacher says, "Spit out your gum," and his train says, "Choo choo." Take it away, Dawn.
Thanks, Maya. Speaking of teachers, we have Mr. Giroux here to kick things off.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Giroux with some dad jokes because I'm a dad. Now, I've been watching football. It's the playoff season, so I thought I would start you off with some football jokes. The first one, when do you think football players should wear armor? How about when they play night games? Oh my god. Okay. That one was bad. How about another one? Where should football players go when they're overheating? They should get closer to the fans. Ah! My last one technically isn't a football player one, but if you're familiar with football players, they also have to be pretty quick sprinters. So it's kind of related. A lot of people that run track and sprint also play football. So, what should the sprinters eat for dinner the night before their big race? Nothing. They fast.
Hey, Mr. Giroux, why did the football quit the team? He was tired of getting kicked around. That's it for Dad Jokes with Dawn this week. Thanks, Mr. Giroux, for taking the ball and running with it. Have a great week, everybody.
Well, that's it for NewsBYTEs this week. Have a great week and take a bite out of learning.
Bye.